Who doesn't love macaroni and cheese? Today I'm making Queenie's mac and cheese from a vintage Pirate's House cookbook, the famous restaurant in Savannah, Georgia, with a rich history and even richer flavors. This recipe is pure Southern comfort, and I can't wait to show you how it's done. So let's get started. There are probably dozens of ways to cook macaroni and cheese, and this is one of them, but this is really good. And this is going to be a big batch of macaroni and cheese, just so you know. So it's great for feeding a large family or a large crowd of people. So to start off with, you're going to need 1 pound of elbow macaroni and cook that according to package directions. You want to cook the macaroni in salted water. Then you're going to drain, of course, and rinse. When I started making this, I realized that I didn't have any cheddar cheese on hand, so I decided to use a substitute. I'm using this 4-cheese Mexican cheese. And it came out very well. It tasted delicious, but of course you can use cheddar cheese if you prefer. The next step is to add all of the cheese into a bowl with the macaroni, and you're going to stir that up really well. My mixing bowl is just barely large enough to hold all the ingredients, so you want to make sure you have a big enough bowl. And the next step is to add 1/2 cup of melted butter or margarine. Of course, you're going to want to stir your ingredients as you go. You want all of that butter to be evenly distributed. And of course, you can add whatever seasonings you like, salt and pepper, however much you want. You be the judge. And the next step is to add 6 eggs. After that, you're going to add 2 13-ounce cans of evaporated milk. And you want to stir everything up to make sure everything is well combined. Then you're going to dump everything into a 9 by 13-inch casserole pan that you have sprayed with cooking spray. And this barely held all the ingredients. So if you have one that's a little bit larger, maybe that's better. And then you can sprinkle the top of the macaroni and cheese with a little extra cheese, about a cup here. I like to have my macaroni and cheese to be really cheesy, so this is an extra cup. This is not the healthiest dish in the world, but you know what? It's great for special occasions. And like I said, if you have guests. Every once in a while, it's not going to hurt you. I'm going to bake this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes or until it's done. Please keep in mind that you may need to adjust either your cooking time or oven temperature, depending on your oven. And here's the finished product. You know, I can hardly wait to dig into this because it is so good when it's fresh out of the oven, but I need to let it cool down a few minutes before I have a bite. And there you have it. Queenie's mac and cheese, straight from the Pirate's House cookbook. Rich, creamy, and full of Southern charm. Give it a try and let me know what you think.